Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Mind Matters. This is Laura K. Ellis, Master Hypnotherapist, Transformational Life Coach. Today's topic is going to be about relationships. Relationships that aren't working for most people. And I'm going to explain to you why. And this isn't surface information or fluff. This is truth. So let me begin by saying that most of you that are listening hopefully understand that when we were born and came in on this planet, we were like a blank slate. A baby is total innocence and has no conscious memory of any past lives or anything like that. We're here to learn, grow, and expand. And what happens to us as infants, and even going, or beginning, I should say, in the third trimester of your mother's womb, our subconscious minds are taking in information like a sponge takes in water. And so arguing that may be going on between the primary caretakers or your parents or your grandparents, whoever's in the environment while you're in the womb, your unconscious mind is taking in as information. Up until the age of 10, after we're born up to the age of 10, our unconscious mind, if you will, has been programmed. Now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 10 years of age, we didn't have the ability to say, gee, this isn't right. What's going on here? Why is Dad calling Mommy names all the time? We didn't know. Again, we came in as with a blank slate, a clear canvas, so to speak. But after the age of 10, our little minds, the critical factor develops, and we do have the ability, we've gained the ability to say yes or no to information. Now, I know I've said this before, but hear me out. So, for example, I'm going to just theoretically put a few names out there. I'm going to say Joe and Cindy, excuse me, grow up and get into a relationship together. And they find themselves, wanting to get married, when we're in our late teens and early 20s. We don't know much. We're not that wise at that point in time or segments of our life. So let's just assume they get married. And then they have children. Okay? Well, what Joe and Cindy don't know are that their minds, most people don't know, their minds have been programmed by default. So let's just say Joe and Cindy's, let's say Joe, we'll focus on Joe. Joe's parents, father was very verbally abusive to his mother. And he's witnessed that time and time again, growing up. So even though he may not seem that way to be that type of individual on the outside, chances are, I'm going to say it again, chances are that he will become, already has, just as his father was. Not because he wanted to or he said, yes, I'm going to be abusive like my dad to my wife. No, because he's been programmed. Your unconscious mind is like a reel-to-reel tape recorder. And it's going around and around and around until somebody breaks the chains, until somebody acknowledges that this is what the challenge is, this is what the problem is. There are no marital counselors on this planet that can fix that. Okay? And I've dealt with all types of people in all types of situations over the last 14 years. The only way that you can diffuse those abusive patterns is through the subconscious mind. And the individual or husband or partner needs to be willing, okay, and also open-minded to a higher state of awareness that, hey, I believe that's true because this isn't the way I want to be. I'm just doing this, and I don't know why. I'm acting out towards my wife, whom I love, but I don't know why. And that would hold true with addictive personalities. If you're an alcoholic or a gambler or addicted to pornography or whatever it is. These are all patterns, habits of mind that you took in as a little person, as a child. And it can and does go back 2 to 3 generations. So, for example, your father, theoretically of course, was not abusive to your mother. They seemingly had a good relationship. Great. But perhaps paternal side or maternal, doesn't matter. Well, the grandparents carried that thread and were bickering back and forth all the time and being disrespectful to each other. Now keep in mind, this is an example. It could be a lot worse. It could be less invasive, but this is the example I'm giving you tonight. Okay? So if it were the grandparents, it's very possible that Joe and or Cindy, however you want to look at it, has unconsciously been programmed as well. The secular world would say through possibly your DNA you attracted this disorder or disease. But everything stems from mind, and minds, plural on that came before you. So to address the issues, you have some options. Let's just say you're in a very dysfunctional relationship, partnership. You can leave, probably the best option, because most individuals either don't have the strength to leave, make excuses why they can't leave, and the abuse and the patterns continue. And the really sad news is that if you have children, they become a product of it as well. Okay? So you need to really think about that. And you really need to think about and do background checks on these individuals that you're involved with. Look at their parents, look at their grandparents. Is there any history of any type of dysfunction or disrespectful behaviors? Because that's a clear indicator of what you'll encounter if this individual, your partner or potential partner, whatever that is going to be displaying the same behaviors. Could be alcoholism, could be anything. On the other hand, on a lighter note, let's just say, which is rare, I haven't seen it yet in half a century, but it's possible that 2 to 3 generations back, everyone was treating each other with love and respect, and so then Joe and Cindy would of course treat each other that way. That's a strong link or links going back 2 to 3 generations. Everything begins with mind. You came from that, you were created from that, and you're going to leave this planet the same way. Right? So it's very important to understand that you have the ability to change. Most people do, not everyone. And you can do this through the subconscious mind. Does it happen in one session? Of course not. You have layers of years of things that need to be peeled back. But it is accelerated change, and it is sustainable. And in my opinion, the only way. So, my friends, I hope this was helpful. And if you like the information that I put out, as I can, please like and subscribe to the channel. You want to make a comment, great. I'll check them. In between my work I'm still working with clients. And if you want to reach me, feel free to do so through my website. The link is here somewhere. And also, I want to offer you a free ebook, and I will leave a link to that as well in the description, um, about love and needing. What's the difference? Are you really in love with this person, or is it a need that you're trying to fulfill? Again, all subconscious, but there's a great true story in it, and it's free. So I want to offer that to you, and happy 2024 to everyone. Take care for now.